Alrighty then, another unboxing from Big Jeff from BigJeffAudio.com. And I know you keep hearing more and more about the Marts Digital.
Where you can see it before you buy it.
Well, let me give you an idea. Marts Digital are guys from Brazil who were working very close with Marts Amps and went on their own. And this is produced in China, but with a lot of technology that they learned over there. We are the one who launched it in the US just about a year ago, and it has taken off. And then we listened to all the comments and what people said and came out with a version 2. Right now, we're presently the only ones with the version 2 for some time. And there was so many things we heard about, like the bass knob was so important to you, the inputs and outputs being bigger, everything that you talked about, we listened. This is the MXD 1500-1 version 2. MXD, and they have the MXD. The MXD is traditionally the full range style, and the MXD as in boy is made more for bass lower notes. People say that if you run a full range with lower frequencies, it doesn't do as good as an amp that's produced to do that. But many people run full range on everything. Marts said, hey, we're going to design an amp for each one. So this we're talking about is the full range, 1500 watts RMS at 12.6 volts. I want you to understand that, that they rate this two different ways. 1 ohm at 14.4, if you have that charging capability, you will actually get about another 120 watts RMS. And there's multiple dynos online. Every Marts amp has done more than what it is stated. At 2 ohms, you'll still get at 12.6 volts, 850 watts, and 2 ohms at 14.4 volts, you'll still get 900 watts. You can run up to 16 volts on these. Huge thing. A lot of guys are running at 15 volts and above, and then if the amp's not made for that, it will just shut down. These will run up to 16 volts. That's really cool. High level input, if you're using that, will be up to 6 volts. So again, if you're using a lot of these newer cars, the radios have a higher voltage than that, you will need to use a actual high to low adapter, maybe audio control or kicker that will accept that high voltage. But if it's a normal radio, this will do it. And frequency response, 10 hertz to 22 kilohertz. Low pass is 40 hertz to 22 kilohertz. High pass is 10 kilohertz to 10 hertz to 1 kilohertz. So the full range goes a lot higher in frequency, where the MXD line is lower. That is the big difference. Harmonic distortion 1% PhD, and signal noise ratio is 95 dB. There is a bass boost, but I recommend nobody ever use them. But it is 0 to 12 dB, 35 hertz to 70 hertz. Okay, that was a mouthful. If you notice, all the Marts amps come in this really nice boxing now. Again, I talk about this when I'm opening up like product from Kicker and that. I like seeing packaging nice. I like to say boxes. I reuse boxes. This is top notch for just a regular entry-level company at this point. You will get a Marts Digital sticker in all of them. We wanted to make sure that happened. You get a manual, and there's a caution here. Basically, this is for the bigger ones, telling you if it's rated at 1 ohm and you wire it under 1 ohm, even though these amps will do it, it will void the warranty. So if you're trying to do that, just keep in mind when you send it in and we check it out, normally you can tell when things are run that low. Or if you're trying to play the game because you have an impedance rise, so you have a half ohm wiring because the impedance rise is +2 or 3 or more, be careful that that stays that way, because if it does drop down, you might blow up the amp. Now, all the 3000 watt amps and above came out with that really cool full digital bass knob with Cat5 wire. But I said for all the digital Marts Digital V2s, I wanted the first thing to change, even if it's not that big remote. I wanted to get rid of that cheesy plastic remote. Everybody complained about that. So they did go with a metal style remote, really nice potentiometer, very clean and accurate. Some bass knobs are so cheap that you just touch it like all over the place. This is not. You do get a power light on it. One of the other big things I wanted on the version 2s, and so did you. And let me tell you, I'm proud to be one of the companies that got asked to launch this line, and then also to get the new models in before everybody else for a period of time. Really cool. Right on the front, you're going to have a clip and power light. So if you're tuning this and you don't have the fancy remote on the 3000s or bigger, you can tune this and see a clip light. You don't need any extra equipment. Now, SMD is Steve's a big friend of mine. We've sold the product for years. You could always get one of his, but you can do tuning right from the front and not even need that. Now, only the 3000 watt and above have the Tiffany style RCAs. So I just wanted to throw that out. But what we did do is a little bit larger inputs and larger outputs. You can get an 8-gauge speaker out of here. So if you're using the power wire, you can do that. And this particular amp calls for a 4-gauge input. It's like 1500 watts, and you have larger outputs there. It is fan cooled, and I've seen multiple tests. People were happy with how quiet the fans are. They're also made to come on and off with heat. Okay, looking at this, we talked about the 10 hertz to 1 kilohertz for the high pass filter. Again, this is like those Brazilian amps where you don't have a switch, it's just an adjustment. So, you know, I kind of think everybody should be doing an external crossover EQ or DSP these days, but you can do it here. And then on the low pass, 40 hertz to 22 kilohertz, you have a gain control, and then you have bass boost. You have a level, and you have a frequency from 35 to 70 hertz. You can set that and adjust the level. If, for say, you're trying to get a peak out of a particular note, you can do that here. You can see it's pretty small. I'm going to grab my caliper and see some sizes here. We have all these specs, though, on bigjeffaudio.com. We take pride in doing 360-degree pictures, a small video on the turntable, so you know exactly what you're getting. So let's say from here to here is 7.15 inches. And I'm going to go from the terminals there, because that's what you would need, to the RCA. That is 7 inches. If you actually do the actual chassis, you're at 5.51 inches. And then mounting depth, they're pretty much all the same. Mounting depth, but the depth of the amp, 2.5 inches. So, nice compact size amp. I think it's very simple and clean looking. You do have some nice aluminum heat sink. This is not a plastic amp by far. This will take some abuse. And then normal phone cable with a nice metal remote. So keep in mind, anything under the 3000 will have these changes, but the 3000 watt and above, either MXD or MXD, will have other changes. And then there's the MXS, which is all their 4 channels, and basically from 400 watt, 800 watt, 2000, 4000, even a 4000 watt 4 channel, and that thing is a beast. So this is 1 ohm stable, beautiful amp. I have searched high and low. I've only seen one negative YouTube on a small 400 watt amp 4 channel that I don't know if it came bad out of the box or after he hooked it up, but shot the thing, and kind of looks like it was pre-planned, to be honest with you. Now, you know, electronics here, there's going to be something that comes bad out of the box due to shipping or things like that, but we have sold literally thousands of the different amps. Our return rate is very small, and it's usually only on the very big ones, because when you're running 8 or 13 or 20K, or even they have a 30K, charging system is very important. And if you blow a woofer, you kind of have a dead short. There's a lot of things play in, and every amp out there has return. But I can tell you, on the everyday stuff here, the return is less than, actually way less than 1%. It tells you the quality of it. So, bigjeffaudio.com, we have the version 2 amps. Check them out. We do have all the original versions on sale, but if you're not worried about saving a few bucks and you want to go with the newer one, go for it. We actually run Marts Digital in our Yukon. have not blown up an amp. I've had no issues. Those things are tanks, and the new ones are even that much better. I'm not even going to crack this open because there's no need to. It's a 1500 watt amp. They're basic, but I can tell you every other one would crack open. It's very secure inside. There's plenty of that goop to keep things from not vibrating loose, and this will definitely do 1500 watt plus. So this is $188.99, under $200. I properly, you'll definitely gonna get your 1500 watt, but this will do it. And how small it is, this can go anywhere. Metal, aluminum, not cheesy plastic. Check this out at bigjeffaudio.com. Hey, it's another unboxing. We're doing more and more of these, so you can kind of see them in person. You can hear my input. When people say, what's the best? We sell so many brands. I can't tell you what's the best. I can tell you things I like, but I go off of what the return rates are. We sell product, obviously, wholesale to your dealers, your shops, and then we sell online on all platforms. So when you have a lot of people that might not know what they're doing and all these things, I really go off what the return rate is and the reason of the returns, and Marts Digital has been awesome to us. We have plenty of version 2, more coming in, and we'll be making more changes down the line from your input and comments. So here we are with another unboxing. This is the MXD, is in dog, 1500-1 V2. Only at bigjeffaudio.com right now. We are the only ones with the version 2s, and that'll be for some time right now. Hey, I'll see you on the next unboxing. Please leave a comment, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, either Facebook or YouTube, follow us, like us, and share this out. And hopefully you'll see some more videos by hitting the bell if you're on YouTube, and they'll pop up when we do these. And right now we're doing about a video a day or so of unboxing, and then we have car shows, we have our podcast, so many things. And if you're interested in reaching out to us, info@bigjeffaudio.com. If you have a cool install with product we sold you or not, and you want a shout out, you deserve it. Let us use you on our platform. Send us an email at shoutout@bigjeffaudio.com, and we just might shout you out. I'm Big Jeff, another unboxing. I'll see you next time.